fall into the happy trap? I know I do if I am not extremely conscious. What do I mean by the happy trap? Well, the happy trap is what our amygdala is set up. Our amygdala, there's a right and a left amygdala, and it sets us up for the happy trap as well as our communities and our parents. What am I talking about? Well, the amygdala is our part of our ancient brain that's wired to keep us safe. So it's not bad. And thanks to the trauma work from psychologists that have been so recently informing how we work with these brains to become happier. But the deal is about happy is that we've been given a story about it. We just want our kids to be happy. Are you happy yet? What makes you happy? Here are the tools to decide to be happy. Happiness is a decision, and on and on. And it's a bill of goods unless you stop pairing it as a preference. If you want to study the things that you desire, the things that bring you joy, the things that make you happy, yay, do it. But the problem is the paradigm of resisting pain or sad and preferring happiness or joy. Now, I have a hard sell telling you that joy and pain are as good as happiness and joy. I'm not going to try, but the problem is not that they're as good. It's the problem is thinking we can resist one, prefer the other, and always succeed. So I'm going to take a moment to diverge and see if I can bring you along to the solution for a permanent experience, permanent meaning steady contentment that's not about preferring happiness. Are you interested? Okay, well then hang in there with me. Okay, where am I going next? An elite athlete. Let's just all imagine we're elite athletes. Wouldn't that be wonderful? I don't know if it would or it wouldn't because I'm so far from that. It's unbelievable. But I can imagine being an elite athlete, and I've read enough books and studied enough with people who are on that path and have pursued an excellence that's on the level of an elite athlete, an Olympian, perhaps. Do you think that they only focus on winning? Of course, when they're about to go out in the field or pick up a racket, yes, they're going to focus on the experience of what they need to do with their body. Hopefully, they won't just focus on the win and the crowd and the yay and getting the Olympic medal. That won't do it. It's going to be more the experience of the movement and being in the oneness of what it takes, right? Are you with me? So let's stay with an athlete that's on the elite level, right? Do you think one who's that experienced and successful has faced the acknowledgement that losing is part of the game? There are going to be days when someone's better. There are going to be days when their bodies aren't up to it or their minds are not fully focused. or the weather. They're used to training in hot, or the reverse, they're used to training in cold. It's part of it. It's not an accident that they will sometimes not win or otherwise called lose. But how wonderful when you can see the beauty of your opponent played better, or look at the excellence with which they carried their team. Okay, so I haven't convinced you yet, but I'm still going to try. We can make the paradigm shift away from resistance. Right now, we chase happiness and joy and the good feelings, and we resist what we think are the bad feelings. If we just stop the resistance, happiness is not the same as pain and sadness. We, by resisting, we're not saying bring on the sadness, bring on the pain, in the sense that it feels the same. There is an understanding in the wise one who wants a kind of permanent contentment, that an understanding that feelings come and go, and so do thoughts. Even if they're repeated, they still had a beginning and an end to the thought, and we learn how to loop them, but they are changeable. We think this when we're 5, we think that when we're 25, and so on. Oh, I have a buzzer going off. We were talking about the elite athlete and the one who's wise and remembers that winning and losing go together, and losing is part of it. Part of it is the essential, important message. We can shift from resisting and chasing to understanding that it's just is. It's just part of life. So with weather, we don't expect that if it's a beautiful day, it will never, we'll never have turbulence again. We won't chase unless we want to spend our year chasing the sun. That's a decision. But we're not going to pretend that rain isn't going to come or that we don't need rain. And a surfer, uh, I've never been a surfer, but I imagine it's the wave and the space between the next wave, but we don't label one as good or bad. And if we're going to spend our time hating rain, you can see how foolish, or even if we don't admit that we hate certain kinds of feelings, that resistance is a push away, very similar to the continuum of hate or dislike or don't want. Use your whatever word. Sometimes hate is too strong for people to see, but it's awfully useful if you can use it to see, oh, I hate feelings of unworthiness, and so I do everything to resist it, but that doesn't heal the unworthiness. That's just an aside. Okay, let's get back to what can I offer you? It's really big. I know so many spiritual seekers who are still preferring happy, peace, the love of God that they get in meditation, and then it disappears out in the world. It's gone. Where did it go? Where did that love that was in my heart go? Well, it went with your love of peace and your attachment to peace and attachment to that feeling of oneness that you got. But if you understand that you can't make feelings stay, they aren't something that stays, they are energy in motion, but there is something that does stay, and that's the feeling of okayness. If you don't like that word because it sounds to some people like not good enough. Okay, I can't be great, so I can be okay. Okay is a better, higher, wiser attribute than greatness, because greatness will bring you failure. Okayness, we don't have words for contentment, for that non-attachment. And when I say non-attachment, it doesn't mean you don't enjoy the joy and the good feelings. Enjoy them with the appreciation that they are temporary and that the other feelings are just as good. They don't feel good, but they bring you the appreciation of joy and happiness and flow. So what's the word for that? Maybe it's contentment, but it really is a word that has no opposite. Does that make sense? It's so in the middle, but it's just about being. And being is not an emotional state. It's just an aliveness. But here's a clue and a gateway. Do you appreciate and have gratitude when you like stuff? Things are going well, your family is healthy, you recovered from the surgery or the disease, or your friend did, or your cousin did, or your animal did, or whatever, right? Most of us have been taught, and it's kind of natural to feel gratitude. But can you feel gratitude for everything? You are alive when you are sad, when you're in pain. And all you need to know when you're in pain or feel lost from love, feel lost from joy and happiness, you're in the mud or muddle. All you need to do is smile at yourself and realize you bought the happiness trap. You bought the joy trap. You bought the belief our communities taught us that we can stay in happiness. But it's an orchestra. It's an orchestra. Everybody, every emotion is simplified, standardized, exemplified by everybody. Is every person represents another state in their role out in the world. So it's all part of the game. If you can lighten up and see it as a game and find your doorway to really being, gratitude for being, and being is stepping out of either what you're resisting or what you're seeking. So if you're the athlete, it would be the experience of playing. It would be the joy of being alive and having that facility and opportunity to do your thing and to interact with other players. And if you can do that, you will probably be the best player and have the best experience in life. Remember, It's gratitude for it all. And you will not feel that, but that will be your doorway to remembering, oh, that's right. Happiness, joy don't last. Welcome to the other feelings, however you describe them. If you can welcome them, because they're coming anyway. Life's going to throw you stuff no matter how you behave and how perfectly and how much you deserve and on and on. Life gives everybody everything sooner or later in one form or another. And so if you're alive, there's reason for gratitude. Find a new meaning for gratitude, and you will cure the joy, happiness trap and enjoy your happiness even more. Bye for now.